Koloff was almost unconscious.
You know, if that's the best they could do, they better do a whole lot better than that, because they can't do it no more. They did it one time, tell me. Now, the next time me and Calvin get in the ring, we're going to be looking for each and everything that they do. Is that the only way Koloff and Smirnoff could beat me? Why couldn't I thought they were so good. I thought they were so big, bag, and tough.
Well, I'll tell you what. Hold on just a second, Tony. I know how you feel. Immediately thereafter, I talked to several wrestling fans and some people who were experts, I believe, in my opinion at least. And, well, the interview with the fans in the television sports arena at that time went like this. I want to take a moment. Well, there you have the situation as it occurred. May I point out that all of this, of course, was shipped to Kansas City to the National Wrestling Alliance. They ruled, however, that nothing could be changed in regards to the fact that there was no absolute proof that anything was used, even though we did have the eyewitnesses. Georgia Championship Wrestling, however, talking to Bill Watts, a member of the board of directors, has ordered Koloff and Smirnoff, who had not, apparently, it was pretty well assumed that they were going back to their homeland. They had not signed for very many matches, but they have now been ordered to return and face these two men in a Georgia Tag Team Championship.
Come again, Gordon. Run that by me again.
That's right. They have Georgia Championship Wrestling has ordered them to return. So that means that tomorrow night in the Omni in Atlanta, it will be you two going against Koloff and Smirnoff, the Georgia Tag Team Championship on the line.
You know who we have to thank? We have to thank the people, and the people that came out here and told what it was. It was ether. We have to thank the people here and the people at home, and we have to thank Georgia Championship Wrestling, who had enough courage and guts to stand up and make them defend the belts against us in the Omni. We've done it before. We're going to climb the mountain again, and it's USA! 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 USA!
Hey, Smirnoff, it was just a couple of years ago that you went before the review board of the NWA for an incident very, very similar to what happened last week.
Well, I don't think that this is the time and place to discuss that, Solie. Do you know, going back to the time that we forced the submission of Ole Anderson right here in this ring, a great many accusations have been hurled at us. Well, one thing I can truthfully say about American wrestlers, they're always ready with excuses. Now I hear that their excuse, and when I say their, I'm talking about the team of Atlas and Sullivan, their excuse is chemical warfare, a smell of something in the air. Well, the only smell in the air was the smell of failure. Failure on the part of Atlas and Sullivan to hold their titles. That's what everyone smelled. But now I want to say this. I couldn't get airtime before. No one wanted to look at us when we weren't champions. But everyone now wants to look at the training methods of the Russians. This shows what really causes the success of the Russian team. And I have a film of this I'd like to show.
All right, let's take a look at this typical workout that is directed by Mr. Rock Hunter with Alexis Smirnoff and Ivan Koloff.
All right. There's a reason for all the things we've been through today. I know it's hard, but it's got to be hard. And you know what the reason is? You men are the greatest team in professional wrestling today. Number one. This is number one. But if you don't stay number one, if you let your championship form lapse, you'll have but we insisted that we have 30 days also to defend that title. We've been forced into the Omni, into a match with desperate men. They might try anything in the Omni to try to regain the title.
We'll find out tomorrow night.
This is what I've been talking about for so long. This is truly Idolmania, you know, and it's not just here in Georgia. It's in Seattle, Washington. It's in Baton Rouge, Louisiana. It's in San Francisco, California. It's in New York City, New York. It's in Baltimore, Maryland. It's in Philadelphia, PA. It's everywhere this TV reaches out. That's why everybody is talking about Idolmania. Look at the posters here. Look at the signs here saying, "We want Austin Idol for president." Everywhere I go, it's the same old thing, darling. That's why I'm truly the greatest all-round athlete of all time. Truly the highest paid wrestler in professional wrestling, and truly, without a doubt, the women's pet and the men's regret. And darling, this was imported from Las Vegas right here. This glitter was imported right out of Las Vegas, Nevada, and this is what a true star is all about. This is truly Stardust, and there's a big fat slob going around, Dusty Rhodes, claiming he is the American dream, and he is throwing Stardust. Well, that is Stardust, darling, and the only Stardust that Rhodes has ever thrown is this right here. Hold this for me 1 second, darling. Is this right here. We had it analyzed, and we found out that it is nothing but foot powder. This is the closest thing Rhodes ever came to becoming an athlete, is when he rubbed this foot powder on his ugly feet when he come out of the shower, when he contacted athletes' feet. Rhodes, I am the American dream. You're not the American dream. You're nothing but a low-life plumber's son.
Well, I'd like to take a moment to
You have no class. I have all the class. I was born in the class. I am class. I have the classiest robes,
Indeed,
the prettiest face, the greatest of all time.
Well, you're not world champion, that's for sure.
I will be world champion. champion, though, and very shortly, Rose, I will
Tell you what, let's
be
do
world
then.
champion.
Just stay here,
Harley
Mr.
Race,
Idol, if
know
you
what
will,
I said.
and let's
You
give a
know
listen to some comments from the world heavyweight champion, Harley Race.
Hammer nigga, you've ducked and dodged me long enough, and now it's high time we got down, and I put Harley Race in his place, and I'm the only man to do it. Listen, I'm the Georgia heavyweight champion, and when my agent Raschke gets back my television title, then I'm going to take the world's title, and I'm going to do it Sunday night in the Omni race, and I'm going to do it with the Las Vegas leg lock, and you better be damn sure of it.
Introducing first from Las Vegas, Nevada, weighing in at 242 pounds, the Georgia heavyweight champion, the universal heartthrob, the one, the only, Austin Idol. Austin Idol. His opponent from Tampa, Florida, weighing in at 230 pounds, Ricky Pierece.
All right, Pierce going up against Austin Idol, the man who claims that he is the American dream. I'll be interested to see what happens when Dusty Rhodes gets wind of what's been said here today. I want to say a special get well to F.B. Rubin and a special hi to Jody and Jamie Greco. Watch the program each week. Might point out, too, that there was a tournament held today at the Woodward Academy regarding a young wrestler who is currently in Johns Hopkins Medical Hospital, young amateur wrestler, a 17-year-old high school senior named Bernard Gooden of College Park. And a tournament was held today at the Woodward Academy to help raise money. We'll bring you more information on that next week. Well, we certainly wish Bernard Gooden a very, very speedy recovery from a very, very serious situation. Pierce now in the side headlock, but Austin Idol broke it up. Idol, an exceptionally powerful man. And the referee warning Idol of his tactics. Idol hooks the arm into a full arm drag, a boot to the chest. Idol using the elbow to the back of the head. Idol brings him up, a full body slam. Idol crashes that knee into the chest of Pierce. Did not allow the pin. Had the man possibly in a pinning combination, did not allow it. Another full slam and Idol. Very quickly moves up to that second rope. Off the second rope, down across the chest of Pierce. And again, did not go for the pin. Instead, going for the, what he calls the Las Vegas leg lock. He's got the leg lock on him, and that has to be all she wrote for Pierce. Idol applying the pressure. The referee calling for the bell. Pierce has conceded. Your victor is Austin Idol. Thank you. Thank you very much. A very spirited crowd here for another hour of Georgia Championship Wrestling. As I have said earlier, no, I have not gone to Hollywood. I have a slight eye infection, and I've been told to stay away from the bright lights, so I'll be wearing these glasses this week. Hopefully next week everything will be all right. A lot of exciting things upcoming during this next hour, and a very, very special surprise presentation to a most deserving individual, something I think that is going to touch each and every one of you. We'll get to that later on in the program. We'll also be seeing Ernie the Cat Ladd in action. We'll also be watching some interesting tag team event. Big Bob Sweetan, Bruiser Bob Sweetan, and Iron Mike Sharpe on opposite ends of a tag team combination. That should prove to be quite a match indeed. We'll be talking to the champion of champions, Mr. Wrestling #2, and a host of others during this next hour.
I've told the people what I come to Georgia for. I came to get Dusty Rhodes. But let me tell you something. I've heard in the wind that people like wrestling too, and Tommy Rich, you want to stick your nose somewhere where it don't belong. Well, let me give you one, and right now, I'm take this one, and you better take it seriously. Tommy Rich, you're a boy trying to play a man's game, and wrestling too, if you want to end up in a wheelchair, stick your nose where it don't belong, because bad Leroy Brown, the baddest thing ever to come down south, because I come for Dusty Rhodes, and I'm going to get him. And I'm going to get him, you better believe it. You people in the South don't believe it. But one picture worth 1,000 words, and you's looking at it right now because I am the biggest and the baddest right now in wrestling today. And I'm going to tell you, Dusty Rhodes, if I have to chase you all over the South, brother,
if I have to chase you all the way into Mississippi. I don't like going down south. I don't like wrestling in the South, but I love money. And the money you took from me when you stole my belt, I will get it back. I will get it back, and I don't care who get in the way, because I will step on anything and anybody that get in the way of the bad man. Take a look at it, brother.
This match will be one fall with a 10-minute time limit. Introducing first from Japan, weighing in at 244 pounds, Mr. Tenryu. His opponent from Nashville, Tennessee, weighing in at 232 pounds, Wildfire, Tommy Rich. Referee is Ron West.
Tommy Rich going up against Mr. Tenryu, a match with international complications here. Tenryu, of course, from Japan. Rich breaks away back into the center of the ring. Arm drag takedown, quickly executed by Tommy Rich, and back on his feet very quickly. Rich, who has suffered a re-injury to that knee, appears now to be 100%. Again, a long arm drag takedown. Once again, collar and elbow. Tenryu with a side headlock. Back leg trip executed by Tenryu. Tenryu tried with that elbow, but it was Rich moving out of the way. Rich brings him down, catches him into a head scissors. Head scissors well executed by Tommy Wildfire Rich. Rich, who held the Georgia Television Championship, which actually in essence is a national television championship. Rich keeping total pressure on Tenryu now. Of course, the National Television Championship has been held up. That issue will be decided in the very, very near future. Rich keeping that head scissors. Tenryu trying to escape, trying to come out of it now. Tenryu does escape. Locks in on the legs of Tommy Rich, and of course, I imagine most competitors will be going after Rich and his legs, and particularly the left knee. And Rich breaks it up, back on his feet and favoring that knee. So Tenryu attacking that knee once again, and Rich now explodes. Rich catches him again and again. Rich caught him with an elbow coming off the rope. Drives into the forehead of Tenryu. Full body slam by Tommy Rich into a lateral press. Tenryu powers out before the count of 3. Tommy Rich in a front face lock now on Tenryu. Back into the ropes once again, the referee, Ron West, calling for the break. Tenryu catching him on the break. One to the midsection, one to the throat. Rich caught again and again in the throat, and Rich has got some problems. Tenryu a chop to the back of the head. Rich down now, and Tenryu chopping away. Rich trying to paddle his way back to his feet. Back on his feet now. Slugfest has erupted here. And now Rich. Solid right hand leads now that connect, but Tenryu whips him off the ropes. Rich leapfrogs over his man. Catches him a beautiful vertical body block. The count of 3. Count of 3. And certainly a well-deserved victory for Tommy Wildfire Rich, using that vertical body block very, very effectively. I'm going to try and get Tommy Rich over here for just a moment, if I may. I have been concerned about that knee. He showed some evidence there in that match when Tenryu started after that knee. And Tommy, first of all, congratulations on a fine victory, but I am concerned about that left knee.
Yes, you know, just got to go crazy every time somebody goes at you. You got to go nuts. You can't never let up. You know, Austin Idol, he hurt my knee. You know, he claims I ain't got him back. But every dog has their day, Idol, and I'll have mine. You know, and I'd like to thank Georgia Championship Wrestling, too, for taking and holding the international television title because I think I got a raw deal in there. I had to fight 2 guys, and it just didn't all come together. So I'd just like to thank Georgia Championship and all these people here for getting behind me.
Well, let's take a moment right now to talk about tomorrow night at the Omni here in Atlanta, because that title is on the line. Austin Idol's agent, if you will, Baron von Raschke, against you for the television championship.
Yes, sir. You know, but I got a little unfinished business. Baton Rouge, Louisiana. I'm going to start with Idol there, and I'm coming back to the Omni. Raschke, you from Germany, brother. We're right here in the USA, and it is #1, and it always will be. So you get ready, Raschke, and prepare yourself for a heck of a fight, because I'm ready right now, and you better not be surprised if I get a hold of you either, Raschke.
Americans are wrestlers. They are such like crying babies. Something goes wrong. They lose a championship belt, and right away they cry to the promoters, and the belt is held up. I won the television title belt. It should never have been held up. I should be wearing it around my waist.
And I'm tickled pink that I have such a capable athlete to represent me for regaining back my national television title. I'm tickled pink about this.
Wait a minute here, Austin Idol. You make one little mistake. I go out and I win the championship belt for Baron von Raschke. For Baron von Raschke. The only way you could win the belt is to fight me in the ring.
That's what I like, is a man with spirit. That's what I like, Baron.
Indeed.
What's he mean?
Well, let's get right down to the nitty-gritty regarding this national television championship. Tomorrow night at the Omni, it will be you against Tommy Wildfire Rich. The winner of that match will be the national television champion.
Das ist richtig. Tomorrow night, the belt has been held up in suspension, but I am going out, and Wildfire, that's a fire out of control. It must be stopped out, and I will stop it out, and I will win the television title in the Omni tomorrow night, and that is all you need to know.
Ladies and gentlemen, this match will be 1 fall with a 10-minute time limit. Introducing first, now entering the ring, representing Germany, weighing in at 285 pounds, Baron von Raschke. Von Raschke, waiting on his opponent to enter the ring at this time. Gerald Finley is his scheduled opponent, and he's not in the ring at this time.
Waiting now for Gerald Finley to, wait a second, Tommy Rich.
Raschke's hollering the USA ain't got no spirit, this, that, and the other. Well, Raschke, I'm telling you something, brother. I won the title right here on television. You got the guts, you say Americans can't do it. Well, if you're ready, I'm ready right now.
Well, wait a minute, Tommy. You just had a match. Tommy Rich going into the ring against Baron von Raschke. And we've got a Pierce Sixer going here. Tommy Rich exploding with everything he's got. Tommy Rich wasting no time. Jumped in there taking Gerald Finley's place, and he's got von Raschke staggered. Rich catches him a beautiful flying drop kick, and von Raschke staggered again. Rich moves in and snaps there. And what a turn of events we've got going. A rear chin lock by Tommy Wildfire Rich. Could not take the insults of Baron von Raschke. And now, really closing in on von Raschke. It's von Raschke driving Rich back into the turnbuckle. Von Raschke escaping, catches Rich in the midsection. Remember, Tommy Rich had just finished a very tough match. Von Raschke is completely fresh. Rich caught in that backbreaker. And this looks bad for Tommy Rich. Comes out of it before that count of 3. Rich may have made a very, very foolish mistake here. In good leg pickup by Tommy Rich. As that previous match has taken its toll on Tommy Rich. And he's beginning to feel that now as von Raschke continues to try and dominate the situation. Rich again breaks it up, however. Rich catches him to the side of the head, staggers von Raschke. Rich, the second rope, has von Raschke down on the canvas once again. Tommy Rich moving in. Catches von Raschke with an elbow in von Raschke's. Eyes are rolling now. Rich One to the midsection. It doubles up Baron von Raschke. Catches him in the base of the skull. Von Raschke in trouble and Rich in for a lateral press. Again, it's Tommy Rich with a rear chin lock on Baron von Raschke. Tommy Rich bearing down, the referee checking, and so Baron von Raschke, who had a lot of things to say, suddenly finding himself upended by Tommy Wildfire Rich. And Rich, who had just had a match a few moments ago, certainly showing exactly the caliber of stuff he is made of. Into the ropes, the referee calls for the break. And Rich catches him on the break. Rich drives a knee into the head of Baron von Raschke. Von Raschke has been staggered. And von Raschke caught him that time. Rich tried to set him for a backdrop. And now suddenly Von Raschke, exploding with those German boots, powers Tommy Rich into the turnbuckle. Rich against those ropes. And now Von Raschke beginning to unload everything he's got on Tommy Wildfire Rich. Rich in trouble and hanging onto those ropes. Von Raschke starts to close in. Tommy Rich catches him in the midsection. Raschke fires two to the side of the head. Rich now, a series of punches to the midsection, now to the side of the head. Rich uncorks one that time that has Von Raschke practically off his feet. Catches him with an elbow and Von Raschke down. Tommy Rich in with a lateral press. Raschke has his foot on the ropes, forcing the break. Well, if Von Raschke wanted an Americana, as he said, he certainly found it in Tommy Wildfire Rich. A full body slam by Tommy Rich, a lateral press. Von Raschke powers out again before the count of three, but Rich tried to move into a sleeper hold that time. Von Raschke managed to move his head outside just in time. You can hear the crowd taking up the chant, the sleeper, the sleeper. Rich keeping that side headlock now. Baron von Raschke in the center of the ring. Off the ropes, Tommy Rich. Leapfrogs his man up and over. Good flying drop kick by Tommy Rich. Von Raschke coming up a little slowly. Tommy Rich uncorks the right hand. Von Raschke powered into that far turnbuckle, and he is dazed and staggered. Tommy Rich now with a side headlock. Von Raschke brings him up to play, and it is Rich who's in trouble here. Tommy Rich in trouble here. Von Raschke crashing down across the upper chest of Tommy Rich. A lateral press, but Rich powers out before the count of three. Rich, those eyes rolling. One to the midsection again, and these two men, what a tremendous battle we're seeing here. They have thrown caution to the winds, and they've thrown the rule book out. And it is Tommy Rich, caught in the throat that time by Von Raschke. Von Raschke trying to dominate the situation here. National pride at stake here. And Tommy Rich, who earlier defeated Tenryu, ducks under his man, goes down. Beautiful vertical body block. Almost a pinfall for Tommy Rich. A near fall. And Tommy Rich whipped off. Austin Idol tried to trip him up. Hit that ring, and it's Tommy Rich catching him. Baron von Raschke behind him, rolling reverse. Trying to get that pinfall. Meltzer fired him off. And it was von Raschke crashing into Austin Idol. Tommy Rich snapmares Austin Idol into the ring. Tommy Rich after Austin Idol. And obviously a disqualification situation here. He's got him in a full Nelson. Got him in a full Nelson. And they're calling for the bell. What is this man doing? Austin Idol threw some powder he caught Baron von Raschke. He caught von Raschke and not Tommy Rich. Von Raschke trying to clear the ring here, Austin Idol. And he's got, wait a minute. Von Raschke, obviously blinded by that powder, put the claw hold on Austin Idol. Tommy Rich is clearing the ring. Tommy Rich has cleared the ring. He has flat cleared the ring, and he has declared the winner. Tommy Rich declared the winner via disqualification when two men in the ring, the outside interference of Austin Idol, and this man, who obviously was momentarily blinded by that powder, put the claw hold on Austin Idol. And
Austin Idol! I put the claw hold on Tommy Rich! I had him beaten at my mercy! Austin Idol! Austin Idol! Why is he interfering in my... Austin Idol! I am nobody, they said! I work for no man! I am Baron von Raschke! The champions! Champion! Everyone looks up to the Baron!
I think we've said quite enough, sir, and may I just say that, well, we'll just be back.
What do you mean, oh, just be back?
World champion Dory Funk, Jr.
Here at the Omni in Atlanta, Georgia, several weeks ago, I was asked to be a judge in a professional wrestling match for the World Heavyweight Championship between Harley Race and Mr. Wrestling #2. At that time, I did my job to the best of my ability, and whatever piece of paper or whatever notepad or scratch pad that I had to help me in my decision is my personal property, and it doesn't belong on television throughout the United States. And it wasn't my fault that Mr. Wrestling didn't walk out of that ring World Heavyweight Champion. It was his fault. Wrestling #2 was in the ring. Why didn't he secure a pin? Why didn't he secure a submission hold on Harley Race? And when it came time for the decision on who would be the World Heavyweight champion, I took that decision from right out of my heart. Now, Wrestling #2, they call you the champion of champions. Well, let me tell you something. You can't call yourself the champion of champions until you get a victory over me. And that's one thing that you'll never get. And Sunday night in the Omni, you're going to find out what it is to wrestle a class wrestler. For 4.5 years, I traveled the world over facing the toughest competition that professional wrestling had to offer, and was never defeated. And that's a record that nobody's going to put an end to. So Wrestling #2, Sunday night, here at the Omni. Be prepared for the wrestling lesson of your life.
Some very strong comments from the former World Heavyweight Champion Dory Funk, Jr. Obviously, though, as champion of champions, you have another score that you'd like to settle, a man-to-man issue with the current world champion Harley Race.
Well, you know, you might say that I have my work cut out for me. Perhaps you might even go and say I have 2 main events in one night. But that's all well and good. I have to prove a point, not only to myself, but to 8 million people out there that took the time to send some letters in here and made me what I am today with this beautiful cup, the champion of champions. And I'm going to do just that.
All right, I'll tell you what. Let's listen to what comments Mr. Harley Race has to say.
Let me give you people around the state of Georgia, I mean way out around it, stay out of it. If you got anything on the ball, you got any money in your pocket and you're headed through it, buddy, you may become a hostage. They may just snatch you and keep you in the state of Georgia forever. There's something about Georgia and the people of Georgia Championship Wrestling that makes you want to regurgitate every time you hear their name, every time you look them in the eye. Because you know down deep in your own heart, they're after you. They're trying to get in your pocket one way or the other. And, buddy, they pull some shenanigans around Georgia that'll curl your hair. You don't have to get a permit. All you got to do is go to Georgia. But let me tell you, in the Omni, come Sunday night, I'm going to straighten out some issues. I'm going to straighten out some hair. I'm going to start pulling some of it myself. When you come right down to it, Austin Idol, you're nothing. You're out of my way. I don't even want to hear about it. Wrestling number 2, a lights-out match after I beat the Austin Idol. You got to be insane.
Well, sir, it will happen tomorrow night. After all the regulation matches are over, you're stepping back into the ring against Harley Race, a lights-out match, no sanction.
He can call me insane. He can call me anything he wants. But I'm telling you people out there right now, I have been pushed around. I've been kicked around. All I'm going to get kicked. No one's going to kick me anymore. Dory Funk, I'm going to go through you. Harley Race, when it's all over, I'm going to go through you, whether you like it or not. I am the champion of champions.
A veteran campaigner of the mat wars, and I'd like to bring him out here because these youngsters have something very, very special for him. And, well, I would just wonder if he's left the building. Let's certainly hope that he hasn't. Let's get some names while we're waiting. Ah, here he comes. Do we have a spokesperson for this group? All right. Okay, hold on just a second. Let me get the microphone down over here.
Where'd you get this in?
All of the surrounding counties of Spalding gave it to us. They gave the money. They got the money. Got it in for us.
Fantastic. I didn't expect him to be great.
All of these youngsters, Chief, I think, express how all of the people feel about you. And we're certainly happy that you got your feathers cut.
Thank you. I didn't expect him to be here.
Well, this is an outstanding group of youngsters, and I want to thank all of you very, very much. And I know that the Chief is certainly very appreciative of all of this. And so Chief Jay Strongbow taken into the hearts of these youngsters, and they have presented him with a new set of his war bonnet, his feathers, and after the humiliation he suffered earlier, I can understand that he is pretty much overwhelmed at this time.
I don't know how to say. Thank you.
Put it down for us.
Okay, I will.
All right. Way to go. Hey, Mama.
Okay.
Hey, Dee.
All right, thanks. Thanks ever so much. We appreciate it very much. Chief Jay Strongbow, scheduled to wrestle. I knew about these youngsters today, and that a beautiful headdress, an absolutely gorgeous headdress, and it will be Jay Strongbow going into the ring now, so let's turn it over to our ring announcer.
This match will be one fall with a 10-minute time limit. Introducing first, weighing in at 265 pounds, the Angel. The Angel. His opponent from Oklahoma, now living in Griffin, Georgia, weighing in at 250 pounds, Chief Jay Strongbow.
Jay Strongbow going up against the Angel. Now, there you see it, that beautiful new headdress. And that is gorgeous. It really is pretty. And certainly, on behalf of the Chief, want to thank all of the youngsters who contributed their time, their money, and efforts to making that possible. Strongbow slips between the Angel, catches him with a chop in the chest. The Angel back on his feet. Hip lock takedown, but they're into the ropes. The referee calls for the break. Strongbow back on his feet very quickly. Into those ropes once again. The referee again calling for the break. Again, Strongbow using his feet offensively. And this will disturb an opponent because he's not quite sure which way Strongbow is going to be coming from. Kind of moving into a bottom wrist lock. The referee calls for the break. Strongbow caught again. And suddenly we've got an explosion of fists here now. Tomahawk chops to the chest. Strongbow lashes out with a foot. It was Ernie Ladd who several weeks ago destroyed the headdress of Chief Jay Strongbow when he Sunday punched him and Pierce sixed him. Jay Strongbow has not forgotten that. And obviously, every time he steps in the ring, I'm sure he envisions Ernie the Cat Ladd in there as his opponent. Because knowing the determination of this man, like wrestling too, he has scores to settle as a man, and he will do it. There's no question in my mind. Strongbow catches the Angel in the midsection. Catches him coming off the ropes. Chop to the side of the head. Chop into the chest, a lateral press. The Angel powers out again, and this Angel is a double tough competitor and a dangerous man in the ring. So Strongbow moves in on this man, keeping those feet moving. The Angel trying to figure out what method of attack to use. Into the ropes, the referee calls for the break. Angel catching him on the break, but Strongbow firing back. Strongbow now catches him a good high knee lift. High hip toss by Jay Strongbow. Strongbow caught in the midsection coming in. The Angel catches him again. The Angel now a forearm across the back. One into the base of the skull. Jay Strongbow coming off those ropes. Strongbow on that bottom rope, and it is Strongbow trying to come back in. The Angel. Beautiful move by Jay Strongbow. Had him for the pin. Had him for the pin. A beautiful move by Jay Strongbow. It was the Angel going for a pinning combination. Beautifully countered to a takedown and a pinfall by Chief Jay Strongbow. And so the winner of the match, Chief Jay Strongbow.
Time limit. Introducing first from Canada, weighing in at 280 pounds, bruiser Bob Sweetan. His partner from Florida, weighing in at 230 pounds, Jim Nelson. Their opponent from Miami, Florida, weighing in at 215 pounds, Mike Fever. From Hamilton, Ontario, Canada, weighing in at 280 pounds, Iron Mike Sharpe.
Iron Mike Sharpe and Bob Sweetan, both men masters of the pile driver, Lars.
Well, that's true. And the pile driver, as we all know, is a hold that has been barred at various times in professional wrestling because it is among one of the most devastating holds in professional wrestling. Has caused serious damage to a number of wrestlers, cut their careers short. Mike Sharpe, you know, in analyzing the pile driver that he uses and the pile driver that Sweetan uses, seems to be, he's a very tough, aggressive wrestler. One of the toughest young wrestlers that I've seen in a long time, and a man that definitely cannot be stopped from getting to that top spot. I don't know that his pile driver is as devastating as Sweetan's pile driver. Sweetan seems to, like, jump up in the air and pound that pile driver down into the mat. I thought that in an earlier match here this afternoon that Mike Davis, I don't know what his condition is, but I would say that he was pretty severely injured.
I would think that a lot of that would be the difference in philosophy, as Mike Sharpe has said. Beautiful kip up by Sharpe, back on his feet. Standing flying drop kick that has Sweetan making a tag. I think as Mike Sharpe said, that his philosophy is to stun an opponent, not to injure him, just stun him long enough to score that pinfall. I don't think Sweetan's philosophy is that way at all.
No, it doesn't appear that at all. It appears that Sweetan is a man that definitely is there to put you out of the business anytime that he can. And as you said, Mike Sharpe is a little more considerate of the two. If you can call a man 270 pounds as aggressive a style as he has, consider it.
An excellent point. Lars Anderson and I are watching this match with a great deal of interest now, and the two men...
Exactly what the challenge was. Sweetan made a challenge earlier that he felt that if he put the pile driver on Sharpe, Sharpe wouldn't get up. I don't know, Sharpe has not had an opportunity to answer that particular challenge, but I'm sure in the upcoming weeks, or possibly today in this match, we'll find out. I don't know.
An excellent point, and now it is Sweetan continuing to press the advantage, makes the tag, and Nelson moves in now. And it'll be Iron Mike Sharpe obviously trying to get back into that ring as quickly as he can. Again, the tag is made. Sweetan moves in. And Sweetan double teaming before that count of 4, just within the legal parameters. And it is Sharpe reaching way out trying to make that tag. Obviously, he's very anxious to face this man, Sweetan.
Appears that way. I, myself, you know, like I don't know much about either one of them, and I know that they're both from Canada. They've both been around the professional wrestling circles for a number of years. I don't know if they've had a run-in in the past, but it would appear as if they probably have had some type of run-in in the past. There seems to have been some ill will between the two of them.
Iron Mike Sharpe makes the tag, moves in against Nelson, and uses clubbing. Left and right hands, whips him into the turnbuckle. Catches him coming off. And he's using boots and fists right now. Now driving that shoulder in. Sweetan charges in. And wait a minute now. We've got all four of them in the ring and a four-way melee going here. But it is Iron Mike Sharpe catching Sweetan again and again and again in that corner. And we're liable to see that challenge met.
It looks that way. I'll tell you one thing about Sharpe. He's not a man that's going to back up from anyone. I mean, he definitely is here in the finest circles of professional wrestling, Georgia Championship Wrestling, to prove that he's the top wrestler in professional wrestling, and he definitely has my vote. I can guarantee that.
A tough competitor catches Nelson once again. Nelson staggered, drops to the canvas. Iron Mike Sharpe moves in against him. Takedown into a lateral press. He's got his foot on the ropes. Again, the tag is made.
Earlier in the match, I saw Sharpe for the first time throw a drop kick. You know, the wrestling matches that I've watched him in the past have been more basic. He wrestled the style similar to the style that I've wrestled in the past, and but he did get up in the air for that drop kick, and a 270-pound man in the air for a drop kick. That's a strange combination, a very awesome combination of wrestling moves that he has.
Certainly no question about that, and some double teaming here, Sweetan having tagged out. And now the tag is made. Iron Mike Sharpe moves back into the ring against Jim Nelson, catching Nelson repeatedly in the midsection. Sweetan charging, and it is Iron Mike Sharpe after him, and again we have all four men in the ring at the same time. And the referee is having his problems here.
This is it's a tag match and a single match at the same time. It's like anytime that Sharpe and Sweetan get an opportunity to pair off against one another, they do. So I don't know what the story is here.
Both men going for the pile driver. Both men had the pile driver, but Nelson.
I don't know what the story is here.
Well, it was Nelson who was the legal man in.
The other referees.
Wait a minute. A confrontation here, but both referees separating them. Nelson was the legal man in the ring. Sharpe was the legal man in. He scored with the pile driver. So did Sweetan, but the victory goes to Iron Mike Sharpe. No question about that, and hopefully that referee will keep...
The energy here in the studio, you can feel the energy. There definitely is some very serious question as to whose pile driver is the most devastating here. You can see this.
Certainly no question about that, but the winner in this match, nonetheless, Iron Mike Sharpe.
Get me in out here again. I come into the monitor. I was in the back and looking at the monitor. A drunk Indian was out here again. I know he was full of whiskey. Shut up out there. That drunken Indian got some feathers. Somewhere along the line, I'll tear him up again. I noticed one other thing. That Tommy Rich is still sticking his nose in it. Things that don't belong to him. That mass vomit is sticking his nose in it. Like Tony Atlas, we're going to send him back to Africa, no question about. But that egg-sucking dog, drunken Indian, he belongs back on the reservation in a teepee. I'm going to pluck them feathers. I know Thanksgiving is not here, but I just told to pick me a day out and make my own personal Thanksgiving. Well, Indian, I know you're somewhere full of whiskey and looking at that television. Brother, I'm going to pluck them feathers. Tommy Rich, you got a leg that needs going to the doctor, and I'm going to send you there and work on it. Mass vomit. I'm going to pull that mask off you and let everybody know that you are a criminal. There ain't no question about it. What do you think about that, Gordon?
I think we can terminate our conversation, and let's listen to these very important words.
Ladd. As a opponent from Anderson, South Carolina, weighing in at 220 pounds, Jerry Mahoney.
Jerry Mahoney in the white trunks going up against Ernie the Cat Ladd. Ernie the Cat Ladd, out of Grambling College, All-Pro 5 different years in the NFL. Became a legend in his own time in pro football and has certainly become a legend, although perhaps an irreverent one. And Ladd now offering to shake hands with Mahoney. Ladd catching him, shaking his hand, caught him. And the thing about Ladd is this is a man that you just cannot trust in the ring. In fact, with Ladd, it doesn't make any difference. Whether it's a parking lot or in the ring, he's dangerous. Ladd, full body slam on Mahoney, drops him to the canvas. Next week, the Junkyard Dog. That's right, you heard me correctly. Next week, here on Georgia Championship Wrestling, the Junkyard Dog. And be watching for him. Ladd, tremendous bear hug. Takes his man, drove him into the far turnbuckle. Arm whips turnbuckle and Mahoney to the canvas, and Ladd demanding that the man get back on his feet. I'd like to remind you once again, of course, next week we'll be on the air 1/2 hour early. It is Ernie the Cat Ladd dominating the situation with Jerry Mahoney. And Mahoney back to the canvas once again as Ladd has totally dominated this match thus far. Whether you're in New Orleans, Louisiana, Orlando, Florida, or no matter where you live, we invite you to get out and see the matches live in your town. And any time that you can get a chance to see live wrestling, by all means, take advantage of that opportunity. It's great on television, but twice as exciting in person. Ernie Ladd again closing in on Mahoney, and he is totally decimating this man. Off the ropes. Ladd caught him with that side 17. Got him right square in the face with that 17. Ladd crashing down. The count of three. The count of three. It's all over. It is all over for young Mr. Mahoney. And so Ernie the Cat Ladd, 6'9", well over 300 pounds, emerges victorious in this particular match. Like to remind
him laying out. What a fine-tuned machine right here. I'm going right across the country and clean the country up, Gordon. They got some bums here in Georgia that I guarantee you I'm going to run out. A couple of egg-sucking dogs. You had an old guy around here used to talk out of the side of his neck like this. Yick, yick, yick. Yuck, yuck, yuck. I run him clean out of Georgia. You had an egg-sucking dog around here named Ole Allison. I run him clean out of Georgia. Well, well, my friend. As a mass vomit got to go. But needless to say, Gordon, I'm going to get rid of that drunken Indian. If he's a whiskey drinker, he has no business belonging to being in wrestling. This is a profession for athletes. You're a whiskey drinker. That mass vomit is a criminal. He must be unmasked. And Gordon, let me tell you something, buddy. I saw something today that my eyes, I thought was deceived me. Baron von Raschke and Austin Idol. Apparently one of them has got a hold of some loco weeds. The one has gone loco. And whatever one I find out has gone loco, I will whoop him too.
Thank you so very much. Remember, next week, the Junkyard Dog here on Georgia Championship Wrestling. We'll be on at 5:30 till 7:30 till next week. So long.